Prayer. Prayer and healing have been evidenced throughout the centuries as having a cause and effect relationship. You may have read about Philip's work as chief of pediatrics at Nassau County Medical Center in New York. He has shown experimentally that one group of 10 leukemia patients who were prayed for during a 15-month period showed a survival rate of 70%, while a group of 8 controls managed only a 25% rate over the same period of time. In the practice of medicine, one occasionally comes across individual case studies that give the same message, often with more dramatic impact than can be accomplished by statistics. We had one such case recently, not with leukemia or cancer, but with an obstetric patient. This young lady had consulted a psychic during her pregnancy and had been told that her baby was going to have great difficulty during the first few minutes of life outside the uterus, perhaps not even surviving. That such advice was given was unfortunate, whether it be true or completely unfounded. It certainly is not consistent with the type of information given in the case readings. Perhaps this was the cause of the girl's slow entry into a labor. She had early pains during the late evening, then went out of labor until next morning. Then she was having contractions every 4 or 5 minutes, but there was no progress. The contractions slowed down again, and consultation was requested by the physician in charge. Several study groups were notified and asked to put the patient on their healing prayer list. One such group held a special healing prayer and meditation for her at 8 p.m. that evening. The consultant, who was mentally prepared to induce labor at this point, walked into the labor room of the hospital at 8:15 p.m. The nurses told him that the patient had just had 2 1-minute contractions and was apparently in active labor. She went ahead and delivered in 2 hours without further assistance. The baby was a beautiful child. There was no problem, either immediately postpartum or in the ensuing months. Cayce had something specific to say about how healing can come when a group gathers together like this to bring healing, or in the event of a single person doing the same thing. Ellipsis points. The body physical is an atomic structure. If in the atomic forces there becomes an overbalancing, an injury, a happening, an accident, there are certain atomic forces destroyed or others increased. When a body has so attuned or raised its own vibrations sufficiently, it may, by the motion of the spoken word awaken the activity of the emotions to such an extent as to revivify, resuscitate or to change the rotary force or influence or the atomic forces, i.e. the activity of the structural portion, or the vital forces of a body, in such a way and manner as to set it again in motion. Thus does spiritual or psychic influence bring healing. 281. 24. Left square bracket note, the preceding report was provided by William McGarry, M.D. and is excerpted from the A.R.E. Journal. September, 1974, Volume 9, No. 5, page 220, copyright 1974 by the Edgar Cayce Foundation, Virginia Beach. VA, right square bracket,